All right, I got a special big picture update for BBRY. As I said, BBRY is something that I've covered for many years, since 2013, and I assure you, many long-term investors have been decimated in this stock. So, people who have been talking about this move over here, they don't realize that over 90% of the long-term investors are still underwater, and there's still a lot of potential. This is just the beginning of the move. Let's talk about the facts and the big picture here, okay? I did make a mistake, and I want to clarify this day, but this day, it doesn't matter. It is a key pivot day, which is April the 12th, okay? So BBRY in the special update, I'm going to explain a long-term plan. I will explain the facts. In my last update, I made a mistake on the positive move on April the 12th. So let me expand the report from that day. BBRY is set up to test 11 to 13, and how we get to those points even higher. But confirmation will be key. So the thing is, this stock, okay, when this day occurred, what it did was something that I look at long term, on a long term basis. Finally, BPRY was able to get above a key pivot point on, and I mentioned that it needs to hold above the a key pivot level, which was 840. Well, we gapped above, and of course we held this, and they seem to go and try to test that 840 level, okay, but they slowly rolls this up. But the problem is that we need these days to come back in Bbry for BBRY on a constant basis. Now, when you're rising on this minuscule baby anemic volume, look at this, 4.1 million, and people are cheering. This kind of volume is questionable, and what that means is that could BBRY pull back? Definitely. So on a long-term basis, still, what I want to see, I want to explain on that fact. But the key is, this stock does have one thing going for it. One thing that's positive. I want to make this very clear. It has good time frame alignment on all time frames, and this hasn't happened in over 3 years. Or actually 6 years, okay, since that fall breakdown from 14 all the way down to 6, okay. And trust me, many long-term investors have been decimated in BBRY year after year after year. Many of these so-called longs that are luckily made some money in this don't realize that the stock has been stuck in the chop. In fact, if you go to 2014, this has been since 2016, BBRY has been stuck in a chop range of $9.46 to $6. That's it. So as a long-term investor, people who bought it at 10, bought it at 11, bought it at 12, bought it at whatever, you get the picture. Because a lot of people are still in at 12, are still in at 14, or have given up and have simply lost money. Where my advice since 2014, 15, 16 has been bang on correct. And again, we needed this day here. This day was the game changer day, and I said this. But until that proof came, this was the Qualcomm, not the earnings, the Qualcomm. My mistake, but it doesn't matter. This is the pivotal day with the volume, and that's what matters. Okay. Again, technically, it's bullish, but we're lacking one fundamental problem. We lack this volume, and this is anemic, ridiculous low volume, which is a question mark. Why the low volume? Why isn't the volume coming in? You have to ask yourself this question. But anyways, it could change. So this is why I have what's called structured plans, because I make winning plans for a lot of stocks for 100% gains and options in days when they confirm. Again, question people, when they confirm. When does BBRY confirm? Who knows? I don't know. Nobody knows, but a plan is the best thing. Okay, trust me. A lot of people lost money in BBRY, and let me prove to you a long-term bull that made tons of analysis, but in the end, let me show you. All right, people. This particular person, Mr. Lane over here, out of bounds. As you can see, this guy, I can tell you, is a long-term investor and has invested and made tons of analysis of BBRY, but it's been incorrect many times, and to the point where, look what he said here on April 12th. Congrats, guys. I sold all of mine and took losses. took my losses, but I'm happy that many of you have held and finally found. Point is, he took his losses, people. All right, people. So there you have it, and that's just one long. There are many. I can assure you, because nobody has made as many powerful and correct plans as I have for BBRY, and I've steered the long-term investors in the correct way. This stock, if this is a good long-term investment, it's still good, okay, but it needs to confirm. And a safe way to get into the stock, anything below 10, okay, in my opinion, with proof, is low risk, high reward for the stock. Again, the stock could go nowhere and stay below 980 and stay below this pivot and just simply chop between 980 to 840 and then fail the 840 level. So keep this in mind. So BBRY needs to break above 980. Okay, this is a pivot point on some good action volume. And good action volume is 10 million on a 30-minute chart. You heard that right. On this particular day with the Qualcomm, they were able to produce 13 million on a 10-minute chart. Now, wouldn't it be good that BBRY doesn't need earnings, that BBRY is able to break out correctly based on some positive, that the market's thinking positively. So, for example, we know that earnings, I can tell you earnings are here on June 22nd. Okay, but wouldn't it be nice that they are able to run this up into earnings? So here's the plan just in case. And I'm going to talk about these options over here. So the June 16, 9 or 10 calls could be used. Let's go take a look at that on the Yahoo Finance. Okay, so here we are on the Yahoo Finance where BlackBerry closed at 949. Okay, and this is going to be just something for the something for us to look at in the video, as a statistical measure. You could see that there's some good action happening in Apple with some news, but let's take a look at the options. Again, this is May the 5th for BlackBerry, closed at 949 May the 5th. And we're going to take a look at the June 16, sorry, here. June 16 calls. Okay. So you can see that there's some open interest here. So here are the 9 calls. They're trading at 70 cents and the $10 just at 22 cents. So there's a great spread. So the nice thing about BlackBerry is these options trade very well, and they could make hundreds of percent gains if we can get the right confirmation. Again, I personally would not want to engage in the stock or in any options unless we get confirmation. Okay, because you can still lose money just by guessing, right? And if you are trying to I make money in many stock plans. I've made multiple Apple plans and all kinds of plans. Home Depot, 100% gains in a few days on confirmation. Trust me, people, confirmation is key. Confirmation is key. Again, people, listen carefully to what I'm saying in the video. You can see here we have anemic volume. This is not good for long term or even to want to engage in options. You're just guessing here. Okay, BBRY. Anything below, if this stock is a turnaround story, and it could be, I honestly, the one thing that I see that we have what's called time frame alignment, but I want confirmation on volume. I can make 100% gains in options in many other stocks, but if you want to be a long-term investor, I think a safe bet would be on confirmation. So for example, if this stock cannot break out on high volume, you watch for basing above 980, look for power towards 10. But I really don't care. I want to see this break above 980 on some good action volume. And something like this high volume on a 30-minute chart would be a very good indication, as a very safe bet to get into those options. Something that I would look to get into. But confirmation is key. Confirmation is key. I really hope for the best of the stock. But the fact of the matter is, you need rules if you want to catch a lot. So BlackBerry is one company, but there are many companies. And I assure you, I will catch a lot of gains in BlackBerry because I know the stock very well. In terms of when we have made a shift, I've told you, this is based on, it hasn't happened in over 6 years, the shift that I'm talking about. But we finally have a time frame alignment not seen in 6 years based on a lot of statistical facts I look at. The only problem is the volume, people. All right, people, if you like what I just explained in this plan, and you like to see more plans and learn and grow, as an investor. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Power Target Trades. See the sign of Power Target Trade? It's going to appear here in a circle format. Simply click on it, and it's going to give you an easy way to subscribe. Pay attention to what I said in this video. I explain a lot of detailed facts. The facts are clear, people. I'm not joking. A lot of people have been decimated playing around with BlackBerry over the years. Many people are underwater. Trust me on this. In fact, anyways, I want to get into all the details. Subscribe again. See the Sound of Power Trade at the end of the video. Simply click on it. It's going to give you an easy way to subscribe. I'm going to place an example. One of my a great trade that it was a great plan. It's very well documented. It's the Home Depot plan. Okay, 100% gains in options. That means the options were triggered around $2 easily. You could have bought with your eyes closed, and they doubled in 2 days. So they went from $2 to $4. I'm going to place that video over here for you to see. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, confirmation is key. Study the videos. Visit. I suggest you follow. I've made a lot of great plans for BBRY, and you know what? I'm hoping that I'm hoping that BBRY can confirm. But that's not up to me. And I'm not going to guess. And trust me, a lot of people have guessed over the years, and a lot of people have lost a lot of money. Thanks for listening. Like the video.